The Golden State Warriors are figuring it out, and it's scary. Klay Thompson scored 26 points to lead a balanced Golden State Warriors attack in a nice 129-107 win over the Utah Jazz on Monday night in Salt Lake City. Stephen Curry added 25 points, including 5 3-pointers in the final 8 minutes. He finished the game with 7 3-pointers. He also dished out 10 assists and grabbed 6 boards in the Warriors' 5th consecutive win. Curry finished with a stat line of 25 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, 1 block, and 7 threes. As Curry joined himself, James Harden, Luka Doncic, and Monta Ellis, former Warrior, as the only players in NBA history to post this line or better in a game. This was Curry's 4th time doing it, which is the most by any player in NBA history. This is data via Basketball Reference StatHead. Andrew Wiggins contributed with 17 points, and Draymond Green totaled 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists, and the Warriors benefited from 8 players scoring in double figures, as this was a well-balanced attack for them. The Jazz did cut the Warriors' lead to 9 with 8:14 left in the game, but then Stephen Curry happened once again. He drained 3 threes during a 14-5 spurt to help increase Golden State's lead to 114-96, and then Curry added 2 more threes after that to seal the deal. What is going on, everyone? It is Luka here, back with another Warriors video. In this one, I'm going to be talking about the team figuring things out and how they are looking enticing for the second part of the season. If y'all can do me a favor, please hit a like on the video. It helps it a ton. And also, please subscribe to the channel for more Warriors content just like this. Now, the Warriors, they didn't make any trades at the deadline, so they trust in this group that they're going to be able to figure things out and turn things around. And so far, they have looked a lot better as of late. The team is in fact starting to figure things out, and the key has been Draymond Green coming back from suspension, and him at center has really unlocked the likes of Jonathan Kuminga and Andrew Wiggins in the front court, and he has just drastically helped improve Golden State's defense overall. And over the last games, the starting lineup of those three plus Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson have outscored opponents by nearly 22 points per 100 possessions, and when they have inserted pods for Thompson, they've been even more effective. The Warriors have now improved to 26-25 in the West standings and continue to hold the final play-in spot. Golden State is part of a 4-team race that includes the Lakers, Jazz, Rockets, Warriors for the final 2 play-in spots. These 4 teams are separated by only 3.5 games. It's very, very close right now. Now let's first start and talk about Draymond Green. I mean, his return from suspension was excellent news for Golden State, and you see how much better they look when Green is back in the lineup. He is such a vital part of the Warriors system, especially defensively, and he makes everything click. And in the past 2 weeks, Green has helped give Golden State hope that they can very well make a run. I mean, since his return to the starting lineup, the defense has posted a 108.4 defensive rating. Curry's numbers are back up, and most importantly, the team just has their confidence and swagger back, which makes them so dangerous to deal with. And this is what Green said. Honestly, I think me getting suspended helped in a weird way because, number one, since I got suspended, JK has taken off, and that has kind of set the stage for this team. Bona fide number 2 option on our team, and so now you're able to figure out different things. We can go to our offense. It doesn't look how it used to look. We got different things that we're going to. You were able to find different combinations that worked, and it's been plug and play since then, figuring the pieces out. So not that I wanted to get suspended or anything like that, but I do think it kind of helped us find different things that we can go to and explore. And now you add me back into the fray. You had Gary Payton II back from his injury. Chris Paul will be coming back, and now you've got those pieces coming back that you know you can rely on, close quote. And I thought this was a very good point brought up by Green, because his suspension might have been a blessing in disguise for unlocking certain things and really seeing a guy like Kuminga burst onto the scene. And speaking of Kuminga, I mean, he has been excellent. He has very well been playing at an elite level this season. He has really taken a leap, and he has broken out with averages of 15.6 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 1.8 assists per game on 25.4 minutes on the floor. So he has been very, very solid for this Dubs team, and he has acted like a glue guy for the squad on both ends. So that is a guy who has really taken his game to a new level and really benefited from Green's suspension of having to take his game to new heights for the Warriors to succeed. And speaking of the Warriors, they got Payton II back. which Green alluded to. They got Green obviously back, and they're still awaiting the return of Chris Paul, who is slowly working his way back from a fractured left hand. So that is another guy who is going to act as a glue guy, an important piece for the Warriors to get back as they make a run over this last stretch. And obviously they want a guy like that if the Warriors are able to sneak into the playoffs. And you look at Stephen Curry's play, it has been elevated since Green has been back. You know, Curry, he is the undisputed leader of this team, and he just looks amazing. I mean, this guy shows no signs of slowing down. He has averages of 28 points, 4.4 rebounds, 4.9 assists on 42.1% from beyond the arc. I mean, he hit the game winner the other day against the Suns. If he continues to play like this at an MVP level, you can never count the Warriors out when it comes to contending. And then really the wild cards to me in all this are, you know, Andrew Wiggins, who has shown that he can play at an elite level. So obviously the Warriors are going to be counting on him down the stretch here. But also a guy in Klay Thompson who had a very great outing against the Utah Jazz. And you just hope that Klay Thompson can be consistent, because if Klay Thompson starts to figure it out, I think the Warriors are destined to once again make a run and get back into this thing in the Western Conference. And speaking of Klay Thompson, I mean, he says he's open to a reduced role if that means staying with the Warriors. So I know there's been a lot of talk about his future with the team, but he kind of debunked that with his latest comments, saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'll be 35 next year, at 35, coming off the ACL and the Achilles tear, and still have the ability to be a really good player. Maybe not the guy who scored 60 in 3 quarters and scored an NBA record 37 points in a quarter, but still a great threat out there. I've modeled my game after Reggie Miller and Ray Allen, and those guys were incredibly effective until their late 30s. So I plan on kind of following that mold. So really great to hear that Klay Thompson is willing to do that, you know, take a lesser role, take a reduced role if that means helping the team win. And we've seen it, you know, obviously the young guys, we speak of Kuminga, but also Pods has been huge for this team. If Klay Thompson is willing to do what's best for the team, that is just music to your ears, Dubs fans, because Klay Thompson, this guy, you know, he's got a proven track record. He's a proven winner, but also he can still give you a lot of good things. Like in that game against the Jazz, Thompson, he finally gave this team a solid outing, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. So if he can now start to come along as well, that is just going to unlock the Warriors even more. So don't look now, guys, but the Warriors, after getting off to a very rocky start, they are figuring things out, and it is definitely scary because just when you thought this team was dead in the water, they are making you see that you can never really count them out, and they're always going to have a pulse as long as, you know, they got their key players healthy and playing. So we will see how the Warriors look in the second part of this. Obviously, they're going to have the All-Star break coming up, so they can use that to get rested and get a guy like Chris Paul back. It's going to be interesting to see if the Warriors can keep this up, but make no mistake about it, this team has been playing a lot better lately, and it could very well be a sign of things to come. So let me know your thoughts on the Warriors as of late, guys. Hit a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. That is it for me. This is Lucas signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I will catch you all again in the next video.